All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Curiosity Corner Live. Let's see. I hope everyone's having a good day so far today. Let's see who's here. Good morning, Momgineering the Future. Thank you for joining us again on this semi-sunny, semi-cloudy day. It's supposed to be really nice out today, so I'm really excited about that. Might go running around outside later. We will see. Let's see. Good morning, Isaac. Howdy, Morley Q. I appreciate the creative way of saying hello. Let's see. Good morning, Katerina. Yep, we're just going to take a few more seconds, see if anyone else at home wants to join us. But yeah, so just as a reminder, the Great Lakes Science Center is currently closed for the health, safety, and wellness of our guests, our staff, and our partners. But if you are following our Facebook page, you will have seen the announcement that Body Worlds RX will be opening to the public very soon. So you can check out our Facebook page that will have more information about that. And we are also open to our Camp Curiosity campers. So check out our website, greatscience.com, for information about our Camp Curiosity, both at GLSC and at home this year. So that's some really cool stuff that is going on right here at the Great Lakes Science Center. So yesterday on Curiosity Corner Live, oh, hi, Nathan and Leo. Yesterday on Curiosity Corner Live, we talked to my friend Alyssa about pulleys, and she challenged you to make a pulley at home. So I hope you guys had fun with that. But today, first of all, my name is Joy, and today I am coming to you live from the Great Lakes Science Center, and we are going to explore steam power. Now, steam power is a method of generating power for machines using steam. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. So there is some way that water is heated up to create steam, which is basically a water vapor. And steam power is traditionally associated with more modern machinery, but the idea originated way back in ancient Egypt with a scientist named Hero of Alexandria. So we're going to take a look at something that he designed a little bit later, but it didn't stop with him. So modern machines came along much, much after ancient Egypt. And the first modern steam engine was patented in 1698 by a scientist named Thomas Savery. And then in 1712, Thomas Newcomen improved on it, because in the original design, there was just pressure inside of the engine. But Thomas Newcomen realized there's air pressure all around us, and that could be used to help a steam engine work better. But the one person who is probably most associated with the development of the steam engine is a man named James Watt. And he completely revolutionized this 1712 steam engine, so much so that there are some who say that he helped kickstart the Industrial Revolution. And he has a unit of power named after him. So if you've ever heard the term watts, it's named after James Watt, because he did so much work in developing the steam engine. So we actually have a steam engine example right here at the Great Lakes Science Center. If you've ever visited us before, you have seen probably our steamship William G. Mather, which is, you can't see the window, but it's that direction, which is parked out back. That ship actually has 2 different steam engines on it. So if you're in the engine room, you'll see the main steam engine that makes the boat go. So it has a high pressure and a low pressure turbine. It's connected to the propeller shaft, and it helps spin the propeller that's out the back of the boat. But if you're on the steering flat, there is a steering engine that is also steam powered. Now the Mather was diesel fire when it retired, but it was coal fire when it started sailing, and it had a different steam engine in there. So there's lots of different types of steam engines. Some are absolutely humongous, some spin really, really fast, but a lot of them have similar components. So I have my model steam engine. It is not at all to scale. Most steam engines are much, much larger than this, and they are also not made of craft sticks and balloons, but this is a steam engine. It is a single acting steam engine. So it has similar parts. So Isaac, I love the Mather too. I wish that I could be out there every single day. But so this steam engine has a few of the same parts. So there's a valve, and the valve opens and closes to control the flow of steam and allow air in and out. And that pumps air into the cylinder right there. I'm not holding this backwards. Pumps air into the cylinder, which is where the power is produced. There's also something called a piston, and the piston moves up and down to force air in and out of the cylinder. And while all this is happening, the flywheel spins, and the flywheel stores that energy. So this whole process goes on, then the valve closes, the steam is released, and you can power whatever you need to power. And it all spins and works together because the crankshaft spins. So this is just one example of a type of steam engine. But this is way more complicated than anything that Hero of Alexandria was building. So he actually invented something called a Hero's engine. And basically what a Hero's engine is it's a metal chamber that has an escape route for steam to get out. Now, I'm going to do an experiment that when I do this, please remember, I am a trained professional. I am going to light up my heat source. It's nothing fancy. It's literally just little candles, but gotta be safe. Now, my can is my metal chamber. Now watch the can closely. If you see it spin, which it's starting to do a little bit because I also heated it up a little bit before I went live. So that is spinning because of the steam. Now, here's the thing. This is a sealed can. There's water inside of it, but I didn't open the top. So the steam has nowhere to go. Because what I did was I drained this can of pop into my sink last night. I made a big old mess, but you know, science. And what I did was I kept that hole that I used to drain the pop, and I made another hole to make 2 jets into my metal chamber. So when my heat source heats my water up into steam, the steam escapes through the jets, and then the can spins. Now, the longer you leave this going, the more it'll spin, then because it takes a while for the fire to heat up that water, and see it's starting to spin a little bit more now. Now, it's depending on how long and fast it spins, depends on how much water there is and how much heat there is. So there's a lot of different factors. We actually have another different type of Hero's engine that we use in our liquid nitrogen demonstrations. So if you've ever seen our Cryoblast Big Science Show, we have a big old paint can that has some copper tubing because the force of the fog generated by the liquid nitrogen evaporating really, really quickly propels that paint can to spin, just like the force of the steam is making my paint can start to spin a little bit. Now, I could leave this going, but I have a cool at-home challenge for a Hero's engine that I'm going to show you that is very wet, so it's going to put the fire out anyway. So you can make your very own Hero's engine at home that works similarly to my steam-powered one. So I'm going to show you a really cool way you can make an at-home Hero's engine, no fire required. But you will need a metal chamber. So this is my metal chamber. It is another can. This one is open. You can drink the pop this time. And if you notice, I tied a long piece of yarn to my pop tabs. You can use string, yarn, fishing line. This little steam one used fishing line. Oh, that can is really warm. So whatever long thing you want to say out, just as long as you can hold it up just like that. Now, we're going to use water to make this Hero's engine spin, because just like the force of steam can propel my one can to spin, the force of water as a liquid can also propel a Hero's engine. Now, you will need an adult to help you with this step because you need a thumbtack. I'm going to use a nail because it makes the holes a little bit bigger, and nails are very pointy. So what you're going to do is you're going to make your jets in the side of your metal chamber. So just find a spot about, say, a quarter of the way up from the bottom, and just poke a hole in your can, just like that. So you're going to want about 3 or 4 holes. So just go a little bit around, poke another hole, a little bit around, poke another hole, and yeah, 3's good for this one. You might try more, you might try less, I don't know. Now, here's the thing. If I were to dip this in water and just pick it up, the water would just kind of fall out. We want it to propel our engine to spin, kind of like the steam propels the other Hero's engine to spin. So in order to do that, we need to shape the jets. So taking the nail, if you put it in the hole and then just kind of pull it and then hold it flat against your can, that will bend the metal in your can and you have a jet. Now, the reason why a Hero's engine spins is partially because of Newton's laws of motion. And one of Newton's laws states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So we are bending the jets So that way the force of the water, or the steam in that case, pushes back. So the can spins forward. So action, reaction, and it propels. So now that we have that poked, you have your very own engine ready to go. So I'm going to test this out. I'm going to use a bowl of water that I have over here. Now, you will want a big bowl of water, or maybe your bathtub or your sink or anything that can catch a lot of water, because this will get very, very wet and very, very messy. And I have a giant puddle on my table from when I was camera testing this morning. So be aware, you'll need a lot of space. And don't play with water near the electronics like I'm about to do. Now, in order to get water into your steam engine, what you want to do is sort of hold the can and block the holes, and then just dip it in and let the water get into your can. Now, there will be some bubbles that happen underwater. That's because there's air in the can. So you are replacing the air in the can with some water, and then once the bubbles stop, lift it up. Woo! And the engine spins. And it can spin around and around and around, because the force of that water is propelling the soda can around and around and around, just like our steam-powered Heroes engine. So that was propelled by the steam. This is propelled by actual liquid water, but it works pretty much exactly the same way, just no fire required. And you can play with this over and over and over again, because it's really, really fun. So I'm filling it up. Yep, you just fill it up. And then lift it up. And you have your very own little spinning engine. So that brings me to your challenge for today, and that is to make your own mini engine. So like I said, it doesn't have to be nearly as complicated as the one I showed you at the beginning. So make your own mini engine. Grab a can, poke some holes, and see if you can use the power of water to propel it to spin, just like a steam-powered Heroes engine. And, you can try different design variations, too. You can try poking more holes or less holes. Try going higher up on the can or lower up on the can. Maybe you have a tall, skinny soda can and a shorter soda can that you want to see which one can spin faster or spin longer. It's up to you. But we want to see what designs you come up with. So share your creations with us on social media. Take photos of your engines, maybe take some videos of your little spins, and tag us. Use our hashtag StayCuriousCLE. It's on the screen right there. And yes, Lily, I did work very hard on this. There's lots of time was spent building these engines, and, lots of puddles were made. But, it's all in the name of science. So share your creations with us. We really want to see what you make. And then once you're done, make sure you put all your materials away, clean up any water that you spill all over the place, which I'm about to do. And then wash your hands, and you can get excited for Monday's episode of Curiosity Corner Live. We are going to be exploring some little science misconceptions and seeing if some widely known theories and myths are true or not true. We're going to take a deep look at that science on Monday, so make sure you come back for that. And let's see, Isaac, can it be a plastic bottle? I don't know. I haven't tried the water one with a plastic bottle. Try it. See what works. So yeah, try it. Post a photo. I really want to know how it turns out. But yeah, definitely don't use a heat source with plastic. It might melt. So water only with that one. Now, so make sure you come back Monday at 10:30 and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so you can be one of the first people to check out one of our brand new episodes of Curiosity Corner Live. So get creating, have fun, and until next time, stay curious.